Welcome to the Warrior Alliance Spotlight, our flagship podcast, helping warriors navigate to success after service. I'm Scott Munn, along with Navy veteran Tug Cowart, and today the Warrior Alliance Network is live at Community Partners Appreciation Day with the Atlanta Braves here at Truist Park. We're here with a live audience of veterans and military-connected members of the Warrior Alliance. We're all celebrating all of TWA's community partners, and like Scott Johnson, the CEO, just said, the 4th anniversary of being here at the Battery Atlanta. We're honored to be joined by 3 recent recipients of the Veteran Impact Awards for a panel discussion here on the Warrior Alliance Spotlight. So, folks, please help us to welcome these Veteran Impact Award winners. First, an Army veteran from the city of Pooler, Georgia. He's a city councilman there. Veteran Impact Award winner for public service, Michael Carpenter.
I know Pooler.
Thank you.
Okay,
good,
Pooler,
good,
Georgia.
good. Savannah.
That's right.
We also have a Marine veteran here, ladies and gentlemen, the Vice President of HR at Lookout Pest Control, Veteran Impact Award winner for company-based employee, Xavier Cunion. Cunion. There we go. The mustache, I should have known. Cunion. Got it. Hope Atlanta Housing Support Coordinator is here. The Veteran Impact Award winner for Community Partner of the Year from Hope Atlanta, Jennifer Yearwood.
All right, Jennifer.
All right.
So it's actually Open Doors Atlanta.
Open Doors Atlanta.
Yes,
hey,
sir.
you got to have all the doors open.
That's right.
That's right.
All right, Michael, let's start with you. Talk about your career work and how you engage veterans in the community there in Pooler.
Yeah, so a lot of veterans come to me not only because I'm an elected official, but because I'm a veteran who likes to help other veterans. And a lot of times, and oftentimes, most veterans who come to me asking for advice are the ones who are transitioning out of the military into the civilian sector. And so I'm able to guide them in the right direction. Being an elected official, I'm able to see an array of things. I experience nonprofits, I experience for-profits, big corporations, small corporations, and so I'm able to guide them in the right direction where I see that their specialty, because whatever their MOS is, might be the best fit for them. So I say my specialty is guiding them in the right direction when it comes to the transition from the military to the civilian sector, because I didn't have that.
Nor did I, by the way.
Right, and so that's hard whenever you try to look for what do you want to do outside of the military? Where do you fit in? Where is your piece of the puzzle at? And
That's
so
right.
I'm happy to be able, as an elected official, to guide them in the right direction.
That's awesome, man. So encouraging. Xavier, what about you, pal?
So, in the work that I do in the pest control industry, and I think I shared this during the award evening, our technicians are uniquely positioned to really infiltrate the homes of the community. And in doing so, we discovered that, hey, there's a customer, there's an employee who's a veteran who has needs. So all we do is we create the network to connect veterans in need that we come across to the right veteran service organizations. We also support veteran service organizations, and we support and recognize our veterans within the community and within the pest control industry as well.
Tell the folks listening where y'all are based.
We are headquartered, we have our headquarter corporate office in Alpharetta, Georgia.
That's where I live. I love it.
Well, there you go. And then our company headquarters is in Rossville, Georgia, which is right on
below
the edge.
Chattanooga, Tennessee. Go. I'm born and raised in Dalton, Georgia, so
All
I know.
right.
Dude, we got a lot in common. And played baseball down in Pooler with my kids.
Awesome.
Years going down there.
Awesome.
Jennifer, can we come to you and talk to you about the same things?
Sure. So at Open Doors, we have a unique perspective and place in the housing ecosystem. And that is because we work with over 200 nonprofits, landlords and community partners that accept barriers to housing. So maybe you have a lower credit score, maybe you don't make 3 times the rent, maybe you've been evicted before. And so we work to break those barriers down. And the impact has been, since inception, we have housed over 12,000 individuals, and 2,000 of those were veterans. We're also the fiscal agent for the Home Depot's Love Fund. And over the past 2 years, we've either prevented homelessness or ended it for over 200 veterans.
Good folks helping good folks is what it
Yes,
sounds like
sir.
to me. In all 3 cases, let's talk about your Veteran Impact Award experience. What did it mean to you, Michael, when you were nominated and then ultimately won that award?
Oh man, I was I don't know no other word. I was stoked, but also at the same time just very humble to see that the work that I'm doing does not go unnoticed. Granted, I don't do it because I'm an elected official. I don't, even before I was elected official, I don't do it for the accolade.
But that's a veteran's heart.
Right. I do it because I would want somebody to do the same thing for me.
That's right.
And
That's
so
right. That's
it
the
meant a
golden
lot.
rule, I believe.
Right.
The golden rule says that.
Right. And regardless, I was a one officer. I just love to help others.
That's awesome. Xavier.
Yeah, so for me, it demonstrated that the work that I selfishly pursued, just for my own healing, for my own journey, it was kind of a snowball effect. So in being nominated and recognizing this award, it made me recognize that there's a growing network of people around me, that the momentum that we put behind our initiatives has just gotten bigger than me.
Yeah. Oh, I love hearing that, and you can just see the pride and joy that y'all have. Jennifer?
So for Open Doors to receive the Veteran Impact Award, it was humbling, and we were honored. I think that we are rewarded every day in the work that we do by ending or stop preventing homelessness for veterans and civilians. But we're a small but mighty team. There's 13 of us. So to have the entire agency honored, it felt like I brought everyone with me to the stage.
That's a really cool perspective. And if you think about it, when you're in the military, you're in platoons or you're in divisions of small groups. This is what veterans do. That's the training that you've gotten, is to behave the way that you're describing, Jennifer. I think it's great. Yeah. And you've talked about it a little bit, Michael, in the fact that you serve because of that need, that desire that's there, and to be a part of something bigger than yourself.
Yeah, it's definitely an honor. Again, I don't mean to go back, but even as an elected official, I don't see it as being politics. I see it as serving my community and being a need in the community, being of service.
That's right.
And that's what it's all about.
Again, though.
Yep.
Because you already did it once.
Yeah.
You're doing it again.
Retired, doing it again.
And let me tell you, it's so good for an elected official to take that initiative, because I don't know that they all do.
Yep.
I mean, it's just me.
I get it.
You can look at the news at night. You can look whatever. It doesn't always look like they do. So to have somebody so eager to is so encouraging. It gives you that little bit of hope.
It's an honor. It truly is an honor.
I love that.
Serve others.
Not a surprise coming from a veteran. Xavier, talk about it a little bit. Just that desire, that want to serve the community, whether veteran or civilian, because you do serve civilians too, just in the pest control, going to houses. I know veterans are the most important, and that's the focus, at least from our perspective when we talk about the Warrior Alliance, but just serving the community.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you the selfish take on this. My wife will hear me say, and I've said it 1,000 times, I live a better life than I deserve.
Amen.
And I say that not because I feel like I don't deserve the life I have. I know people who don't get to live their life anymore. So I'm always cognizant and humbled about the privilege that I have to be blessed with the community, with the people that I have. So me serving the community is me earning that privilege that I have, me recognizing the gift that I have.
Man, you can hear the passion you have, and for all of y'all, you can hear the passion that you have. And Jennifer will go to you and say the same thing. Just that being involved in your community, and just being with veterans, or if there's because family members. Scott comes from a military family. He's a military brat. He's an Army brat. So he was bounced around with his family as his dad served and his mom served and he served. They all served. So I'm sure you've had that experience too, working with veterans and their families.
Yes, we have. We work with veterans and their families. We have 2 veterans on our staff. My grandfather is an Army veteran.
God bless him.
Yeah, it's just great to be able to make a difference in the community. While the work is rewarding, it can sometimes be stressful, but at the end of the day, it's just a blessing to be able to do what we do for others.
And Jennifer, I heard you say on your reel at the awards show that you didn't think the words veteran and homeless should be in the same sentence. Talk a little bit about that.
So when it comes to men and women that have served our country, whether they're single or have a family in the as a household, I don't believe that anyone that risked their lives and made a difference for the rest of us should have to be without a home. I feel like they should be at the top of the housing priority list always, and not just scattered throughout.
And it's not that way all the time.
Not all the time, but it is at Open Doors.
See, that's where it needs to be, no doubt.
Fantastic. I wanted to ask each of you, there's a lot of veterans listening to the show. We're going to put this show out on the podcast platforms. It's going to be on the radio. And you get a chance now to talk to them. Maybe veterans that might not come to an event like this. Maybe they're at home and they don't really feel like coming out to things like this quite yet. What can you say to encourage them? Or what would be your main message to veterans that, if you get a chance to talk to them like this? Let's start with you. What do you think? Michael, you got a main message that you like to tell veterans?
I serve a growing city, one of the fastest growing cities in the coastal Georgia. We're at over 30,000 people now, and my message is the same. Do not be afraid to reach out. Do not be afraid. And I think I said it on my video when I won the award. Do not be afraid to reach out to your fellow veterans on your left and your right, because I know I have your six, but so many other veterans who are afraid or just feel stagnant and don't feel like the help is there. Don't be scared.
Or they don't know where to go.
Right.
And that's, I think, the importance of a show like this and talking to you.
And so reach out to the VA. Reach out to when I say the VA, I mean the local VA.
Sure.
I mean the local VA has so many, so big of a network to reach out to. Even the VFW, they're a little bit older, but they know who to contact.
American Legion too.
Right, in the Legion, and I work with those guys all the time, and yeah, they are a little bit older, but they know who to contact.
And love helping.
So do not be afraid to look to your left and your right, and know that community is there who's gonna have your six.
And if you have something specific and you have online access, go to thewarrioralliance.org.
Yep.
It's thewarrioralliance.org, and just sign up. And there's an array of things they can do. Even like Norm in the legal department can help you out if you got something going on with that, or employment. And bringing up employment, I wanted to bring Xavier in on this aspect. What advice do you have for veterans who might want to either find employment or need to transition out of the military? Maybe they want to, level up a little bit in their employment. You hire a lot of veterans, right?
Yeah, so I love that question. I get asked that question a lot. The reality is when you join the military, you started at nothing and you earned your worth. Be prepared with the same rigor, with the same sense of urgency to earn your stripes again. Get into the civilian community, humble yourself, and demonstrate your value from the start. You'll achieve amazing things.
It's funny you talk about humbling yourself, man. I cleaned so many toilets in the Navy. I don't know how I couldn't be humble. I thought that was
more than a Marine.
We had to take some notes, man. I thought that was my job. Yeah. They're like, you're an operations specialist. You can clean a lot of toilets. But it's easy to be humble.
That's that service spirit, and you were given that assignment, and you were going to do it to your best ability.
That's exactly right. And let me tell you, not since I've left the military have I felt the same way I did. Like I was, of course, doing the job that I do. I love it, and there's always purpose behind what I'm doing. But the spirit behind the job and the purpose and the meaning behind the job. It didn't matter if I was cleaning toilets or tracking radar in the Combat Information Center, working comms, whatever it was. There was always that I felt like there was something bigger that I was doing it for. And that's the experience that I think you're talking about.
Absolutely. And Xavier, if someone's in the Alpharetta area or just the Atlanta area and they're looking for a job with you, how do they get in touch?
Yeah, great. So we have a very user-friendly website. Go to lookoutpestcontrol.com. Go to the careers page, drop your resume in, and we'll give you a good screening.
What is the area? I know because you said right up there near Chattanooga and then Alpharetta. Is it all the Metro Atlanta and all of the Chattanooga Metro?
We expand all the way out to Athens. We have a heavy presence in Marietta, the Chattanooga area, and we go all over Tennessee as well.
There you go. What if somebody wanted to work in this, like the city of Pooler?
Yeah, so definitely maybe not on the elected side.
Well, sure. You'd have to run for that.
As far as the staff side, cityofpooler.com, and then once you get to our government page, you will go to essentially jobs.
Yeah, jobs.
And we're hiring heavily on the public service side. So any of our maintenance folks out there, whatever branch you're in, our staff will definitely look at your resume, and you will be heavily weighed against the others because you have the experience that we're looking for.
Jennifer, I don't think I asked where you're located.
So we're located in Metro Atlanta. Our offices are kind of in Chamblee, but we have an Atlanta address. But we help with housing almost anywhere in Metro Atlanta, and we're expanding out to Cherokee. We're working heavily in Gwinnett and Cobb right now. We used to just be centrally focused in Fulton, DeKalb areas, but we're making an impact further and further out.
So Jennifer, speaking of making an impact, you're really helping veterans who are kind of on the edge of becoming homeless or need housing.
Mm-hmm.
These guys maybe are helping them their level up in career, or they want to work in the government, but you might have some different advice. Would you speak to veterans right now who might be kind of on the edge of getting into some trouble and you want to help them come back? What's something they could do right now, listening to this program, in the next 30 seconds to change things?
I would have to definitely piggyback off of what you said. The veterans that I work with, I always refer to the Warrior Alliance as the 211 for veterans. You need to go on the website, click Get Assistance, and fill out the form, and someone will contact you back. They're very responsive. For us, we work with a variety of nonprofits that help with housing, such as Hope Atlanta, PCCI, Decatur Cooperative Ministry. They can visit our website at opendoorsatl.org and find some of the nonprofits that we work with and reach out to them for help. I think it can be confusing and stressful when you're trying to navigate the housing system. Just don't give up. I believe that veterans are stronger than most, and the help is out there for you. There are a lot of people that care.
Jennifer, can you give me a success story? Do you have a few that you might share? Or maybe one specific or a couple that you said, man, we were able to help these folks and everything turned around from that point?
So I have hundreds, actually. I won't use anyone's name here,
Sure.
obviously, to protect their privacy. But, we had one veteran that came to us. He was earning a 6-figure salary before he ended up in a life event and had some medical difficulties that caused him to enter homelessness. He was traveling. He's an engineer, and he would give his children and his family the hotel room so that they could sleep, somewhere while he was on the road. We did assist him in finding a 3-bedroom home, and we used the Love Fund to get him moved in, pay his security deposit and his first month's rent. He still contacts me to this day. A lot of them do. They'll follow up just to check up, and check and see how I'm doing, but I'm always more interested in how they're doing.
And he's back on his feet.
Oh, he's definitely back on his feet, working again. He got all of his surgeries taken care of over the past year and a half, and still reaches out to this day.
It's stories like that, guys, that is just so encouraging. And not everybody falls into that category. Not everybody does, but there are those that do. And that's the thing. We got to be there for everybody, right? We're gonna pick everybody up. We want, if somebody needs, like Scott was talking about, just someone to read a legal document. You're gonna buy a home or you're gonna rent an apartment, and you were like, I need to know what this says. What am I signing up for? And you can reach out to the Warrior Alliance, and they will guide you through that. It's as simple as that, or as something as big as homelessness. That's what the Warrior Alliance does, and I think that's the importance of it all.
Yeah, and talking about success stories too, Tug, I'd love to know from these other two fellows, do you want to brag on any other veterans? Maybe
that's a good point.
You got a veteran, Xavier, who's been a great example at your company that you could share with us, the success story?
Well, here's what I'll share with you. I'll share with you one of our most successful initiatives. We partner with pest control, with other pest control companies as an industry, and we do an annual coat drive. And it's something that was really grassroots. Nobody donated $2,000 of anything. And in our coat drive, in 4 short years, we've collected and donated and distributed over 25,000 coats.
Wow.
And that's just pooling from a network of hardworking Americans who are just donating whatever's in the closet and working with community partners.
But isn't that the way it goes? It's not the guy that donates the big, like you said, 2,000. Yeah. It's the person that took 2 over there. And then a lot of people brought 2, and that added up to a lot. It's not about having, the biggest or the most. It's just helping. It's just participating.
You're exactly right.
What about down at Pooler?
Yeah.
Good examples, I'm sure, of veterans coming in and working hard and shining.
I can't think of one because there's many, but oftentimes a lot of veterans who come to me have already transitioned and they've been out of work for a very long time.
Oh, wow.
And so I think all of my success stories, whenever I'm able to use the resources that I have as ability as an elected official to give them and point them in the right direction to not only find a job but provide for their family.
Sure.
And so that happens often. So I would say all of those are success story because they're no longer living hand to hand. They're also able to put food on the table.
But like Jennifer said, do they still reach back out?
I mean, you know what? Yes. Okay, let's say yes. Yeah.
Right on. That's awesome, man.
And as for Tug, I don't want to speak for Tug, but I think he would agree. As for Tug and myself, our success story is that next success story. And it's somebody listening right now in their basement who doesn't want to go to work or wants to go to work and can't and needs a little help. And it's that next person. It's you listening right now. And I know you're listening. Go to thewarrioralliance.org and sign up, and you're going to be our next success story.
Indeed. And if you want to listen to the full-length episodes of the other folks that we've had on the Warrior Alliance Network, you can do that at the warrioralliance.org. You can do it at Spotify. You can do it at Apple. Get the podcast there. And we want to make just an announcement to say thank you to the Atlanta Braves and Truist Park for hosting the Warrior Alliance and hosting us to do the Warrior Alliance Spotlight podcast. Prior to a game here at Truist Park, what am I saying? Prior to a game at Truist Park, even though the rain's coming down a little bit, looks like the tarp's coming off the field, which is good news. But it's so awesome that we're able to be here with great veterans and veteran families and veteran supporters.
And thank you to all of you for being here. We love that we have a great audience here. Who's a veteran out there? If you would, please raise your hand or stand up and tell us.
There we go.
Let's get a round of applause for all our veterans. All right, so thank you very much for being here, and we're going to be right back with another episode in just a few minutes. I want to thank our guests again, of course, Michael Carpenter, Xavier Cunion, and Jennifer Yearwood. Thank you very much for being here, guys, and
Thank you so
please
much.
continued
God bless
success.
y'all.
You're great Americans, and we need you. And again, congrats to Scott Johnson and the Warrior Alliance on 4 years here at the Battery, Atlanta. And we want to say that this program has been a presentation of the Warrior Alliance Network. Thank you for listening. And for more information and contact, join us at thewarrioralliance.org. That's thewarrioralliance.org. The Warrior Alliance is an official community partner of the Atlanta Braves and the Atlanta Braves Foundation. And our main office is the Warrior Alliance at the Battery, Atlanta. We're proud to be a part of Braves Country, USA.